Good morning, my dear students. Hope you are fine and comfortable and that you have adjusted with the new mode of teaching. All the teachers are doing their teaching online, and I am sure that by this time you all have adjusted to this pattern. And this is a continuation of my last class. And yesterday I told you that I will be doing a core paper for you, appreciating prose. The course code is ENG3BO1. Last year you have studied appreciating poetry, different poetical forms. And in this semester, third semester, you have this core paper. And the core paper, as I have mentioned earlier, appreciating prose, has 2 modules in it. Module 1 is very short. Here you are getting different types of prose forms, definitions, what is a biography, what is an autobiography, what is an essay, and then public speech, interview, the different features. A very short module it is. And the second module is there in your prescribed text. And I told you the text is not yet available. You have to read the essays online. And I will be beginning with the first lesson in your collection. That is an essay of studies. That is the title of the essay. And it is written by Sir Francis Bacon, a great philosopher, statesman, and a great essayist. And in the last class, I have mentioned about the origin of the word essay. And I have also given you the biographical details of the author. I have summarized the details. Hope you remember it. And essay, it is actually, the word is used for the first time by the French man Montaigne. He uses the French word essay. The meaning is a trial or an attempt. And so, an essay is an attempt. The author's attempt to talk on a topic. He is expressing his own viewpoints from his own perspective. And for an essay, you can adopt either a formal style or an informal style. And so always you have to remember that it is written from the author's perspective. And coming to this lesson of studies, Bacon presents his views on studies, on reading. Bacon has written essays on a varieties of topics. He had written on truth, on honesty, of friendship, and so on. He was a great scholar and he had authoritative views on all these topics. And again, before beginning with the text of studies, let me remind you again the peculiarities of the style of Bacon. Bacon he uses a very terse, aphoristic, epigrammatic style. That is, his sentences are very short, but it is brimming with meaning. How too much of worldly wisdom is contained in his lines. And I will explain to you what is the meaning of the line. And before that, two or three important points regarding his style also should be mentioned before going to the text in detail. That is, in Bacon's English, there is a slight difference in meaning with compared to the modern English. Slight difference in meaning, in grammar, and so on. And so, when you go through the text, you should notice that there is slight difference in meaning, grammar, compared with modern English. But after reading a few lines, you will get familiar with the pattern. And another feature is that he uses similes and other figures of speech. And his essays are full of worldly wisdom. And another important point is that Bacon in his essays uses plenty of Latin words and phrases. And critics say that by using these Latin words, he is making himself more difficult and obscure. But Bacon had a feeling that Latin will live longer than English. However, see, for example, in this present extract, you have a Latin phrase. Abiunt studii in moris. Abiunt studii in moris. It's a Latin phrase. It means studies pass on to character. Actually, it is an adaptation from Ovid. The meaning is that when you practice something deliberately, continuously, it will become a part of your character, a part of your habit. For example, Bacon says that if a person cannot concentrate on his work, then he can improve himself. He can improve his power of concentration by trying to solve problems in mathematics. As you know, without concentrating on mathematics, you cannot complete doing a problem in mathematics. And so deliberately trying to do these problems will improve your power of concentration. In that way, again he says that some people cannot distinguish the minute differences between things. Such people should learn philosophy. The hair-splitting statements in philosophy will improve your character. Then you will be able to learn the differences, even the minute differences between things by learning philosophy. And so, uh, and remember, these points are to be counted before going to the text. And Off Studies is a short lesson in 2 pages, but there is a lot to explain, and it is a beautiful essay which conveys lot of information to the reader. Even the very first line of the essay is very meaningful. Here goes the line. Studies serve for delight, ornament, and ability. What Bacon means is that studies, reading habit, if you have the habit of reading a lot, that will give you lot of joy, lot of delight, happiness, especially if you are a person leading a lonely life or a retired life. And he says that learning will be like an ornament to your personality. If you are a well-read person, you will be able to talk very confidently with others. If you are a well-read person, you will be confident to discuss on any topic under the sky, and you will be confident to talk to anybody. And studies will be like an ornament to your personality. And again, Bacon says that studies will improve one's efficiency, ability. That is, if you are a well-read person, you will be having an average knowledge of everything around you, and that will make you more efficient in your dealings with others. And so the first line, very short, I told you, he uses a terse, aphoristic, epigrammatic style. The simple meaning is that short sentences full of meaning. And so the first line itself conveys a lot to the reader. That reading habit will give you lot of pleasure. It will be like an ornament on your personality that will improve your ability. And then he talks about the reading habits a lot. And again, he says that garden plants, they need occasional pruning. Then only they will grow in good shape. Similarly, even if you are a very intelligent person, reading habits will prune you and will shape your personality. And Bacon says that natural abilities are like garden plants that needs pruning. This is the meaning that garden plants, if they should be beautiful and in good shape, they should be pruned occasionally. Similarly, such a pruning is needed for a person also to have a pleasing personality. But Bacon says that there is something, or he has to talk something negative about spending too much time on reading. He says that for some people, it is a type of escapism. They will be reading and reading, and that will develop in them a type of laziness. The word that Bacon uses is sloth, Sloth. When you read the text online, you will understand. That is spending too much time in reading will develop a type of laziness in you. For example, you are students, you have to study your subjects, you have a clear syllabus before you. Without reading or studying anything like that, you are spending all the time on extra reading, reading books, fiction. Then you will become a lazy person, you won't reach anywhere. And so, you should be able to or you should be able to set apart a certain time for extra reading. At the same time, you should be punctual and regular in your work. And then again, Bacon says that some people they will read a lot, but they have a feeling that others should understand that he is a well-read person. Bacon says that this is the humor of a scholar. That is the phrase used by Bacon. That is, some people, they think they read not for them but for others to make an exhibition of what they have learned. And so, when they talk to others, they will be making unnecessary quotes. Some will be even quoting Shakespearean idioms and phrases. And that is only an exhibition of his learning. But Bacon says that you read to improve yourself, not to make a show off of your learning. And so, the third point that he says is that some people who read a lot, they have a feeling that bookish knowledge is enough. But Bacon says that bookish knowledge is not enough because what you need is experience and wisdom. You know, from books you get knowledge. Knowledge plus experience is wisdom. In order to tackle the daily business, what you need is wisdom. Experience is very much important. Bookish knowledge alone is not going to help you. And so that is why, some contractors in making constructions, they are even better than qualified architects. And so, wisdom is more important than bookish knowledge. And so, in the essay, in the beginning itself, in the first stage, he talks about the uses of studies. Studies serve for delight, ornament, and ability. And then he says that studies, it is necessary to improve your personality and to make you confident in dealing with others. And natural abilities are like garden plants that needs pruning. But at the same time, he talks about the negative side also. There should be a type of balancing. That is, reading should not be a type of escapism from your daily duties and activities. Spending too much time in studies create laziness. But one should be punctual and regular in one's work. That is very important. And then he says that you read a lot to improve yourself, your personality, not to make a show off of your knowledge before others. And again, he says that don't depend on bookish knowledge alone. Wisdom is important than knowledge, and wisdom is knowledge plus experience. And there are many points that are discussed, like he categorizes different types of studies. How should you read different types of book? What is the curative effect of reading? Physical exercises will make you fit and energetic. Likewise, uh, proper type of studies will make you mentally and emotionally fit. And many other points are to be discussed. I have discussed only the first part of the essay. And once again, I remind you that you should read the essay online, and then you will be able to follow the class more effectively. And I will wind up for the day, and we will meet again the next day to continue with the essay. Thank you.